In a very optimistic, very busy, and very unhappy society, we see time as something kind of sacred, something that shouldn't be wasted. Personally, I see time as something that was made to be wasted, to be enjoyed as we fritter the hours away. Of course, that attitude isn't very popular because we live in a society where our employers expect us to basically put in full effort all the time that they are paying for us anyway. And in our so-called leisure hours, we fill them in with going to restaurants, watching TV, going to the movies, whatever. Generally consumption of some kind. So, as you can see from the title, the joy of wasting time, I've got a different take on it, and I've got a few quotes. So let me go through those quotes. My favourite man, Emil Sharrell, he reckons that watching the hours pass is better than trying to fill them. So I do nothing, granted, but I see the hours pass, which is better than trying to fill them. I have a personal motto that kind of comes from that, which is, I need nothing, I do nothing. Oh, such heresy. Time is precious, isn't it? No, it isn't. Why is it precious? Who has convinced you that you have to cram experience into every minute of your life? So, now John Gray, the guy who wrote the book Straw Dogs. Action gives us consolation for our inexistence. It is not the idle dreamer who escapes from reality. It is the practical men and women who turn to a life of action as a refuge from insignificance. And isn't that the dread? Many commentators have said, we don't dread death, we dread insignificance. Well, I can confirm to you that you are insignificant. And so am I. I think that's a joy, personally. It just means you're not important, so no demands are made of you. And finally, just a quote from my book, Conversations with Jilly. In fact, I could have quoted quite a lot because I have a whole section on this whole thing of being busy. People find unfilled hours scarier than brain surgery. I've known a lot of people with their schedules, and if there's a little gap in their daily schedule, it kind of freaks them out. And in fact, I still know, a very old woman who can't get around as much now, but when she could, every minute was filled in. And a more honest statement from her one day, she said, Martin, all this socializing and all this activity is boring, it's tedious, and if I could find something else to do, I would do. And there you go, you see, she can't think in terms of anything other than finding something to do. So, experience the joy of wasting time. There's nothing like it.